Herman Cain is receiving treatment for coronavirus at an Atlanta hospital. But why are we talking about Herman Cain specifically? He attended the Tulsa rally. Now, Herman Cain is one of the many people that had attended the Tulsa rally that either had to A, quarantine themselves, or B, straight up get a hospitalization for coronavirus, including handlers of Donald Trump, including members of the Secret Service. So this is precisely why we said it was a super spreader event, because it was indoors. No one was wearing masks. We found out later that there were workers at the Tulsa rally that were taking down social distancing signs. This is one of the few instances where coronavirus turns around and immediately impacts one of those people who oftentimes denies its existence, denies its severity. The coronavirus is at a critical juncture as hospitalizations are soaring. Gavin Newsom has ordered 19 California counties to shut down indoor dining and bars again. Of course, when asked for Florida, when asked what Ron DeSantis would do, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis turned around and is now saying, we are not going to go back. Incredible job here. UK's Kiwi travel friend. Britain's free to travel to New Zealand. Incredible job here making the headline and lead to be the complete opposite of the story. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is poised to announce a move to allow Britons to travel to 95 countries worldwide, including New Zealand. The Times is reporting that UK citizens will be permitted to travel to the majority of the European Union and all British overseas territories and long-haul destinations such as New Zealand, Australia, Thailand, and Sri Lanka. In reality, only around a dozen of those destinations will accept British travelers, with New Zealand on the list of those whose borders remain closed. That's interesting. Good journalism. Ken says, sucker. Shooter's Grill. I would rather earn $1 than be given $2. Yeah, what a fucking moron. People who think this way are morons. And the reason why they think this way, the reason why I think it's moronic to think this way is because the rich do not behave this way. The rich do not have these sorts of moral qualms. They do not have the fear of moral hazard. They do not care. Shooter's Grill, Rifle, Colorado. Oh my God.
This job is about protecting Americans, not tear gassing them for a photo op. It takes strength, courage, compassion, resilience. That's a president.
This just literally looks like a Ford F-150 ad. One of the things that even I was wrong on, that I at least admit, is that I thought simply stating that you're not Donald Trump would be effective in defeating Donald Trump in 2016. I was wrong. What this ad is doing now is the exact same thing. It's just saying, Trump is bad. I'm not bad. I'm actually cool. Look at how cool I am. I'm cool like a Ford F-150. Vote for me. What you should be doing, and what Biden should be doing, is not only differentiating himself from Donald Trump, which is important because a lot of people just don't want Donald Trump. 65% of Biden voters are voting against Trump rather than voting for Biden. 30% of Biden voters are voting for Biden. The enthusiasm is very low. We need to bring that up. And every single advertisement that Joe Biden is putting out there should also feature exactly what he's giving to the Democrats that are going to vote for him. It is pathetic that it is not. Oh, Donald Trump is sucking up to China, Jack. Me, on the other hand, I'll say it how it is. I'll say Kung Flu, Jack. Why? Dumb. Don't do it. If you're gonna make an ad like this, you gotta at least add something like strength, courage, compassion. Be like, Donald Trump is trying to take your Social Security away. Just lie to me. Or at least have the decency to lie to my face and say, I'm going to protect Social Security. I am going to give you better health care. I know you wanted Medicare for all. We're going to work towards it. What a f***ing liar, dude. What a f***ing Weasley little liar, dude. If Republicans operated like Democrats, you know what they would do? Let's do a little role reversal here. This is what I was thinking of earlier today. Imagine a world in which the Democrats are operating like the Republicans and the Republicans are operating like the Democrats. You know what Republicans would be advocating for? Like, they'd be holding up an AR-15 and saying, you know what? This new piece of legislation is now going to allow you to be able to wear a t-shirt that has a gun on it. Or we are going to paint a gun mural. There's simply nothing we can do. And then the Republicans would be like, oh, I guess it's better than the other side. I guess it's better than the alternative. I guess there's a gun mural now. I can't have my guns, but there's a mural of it. Like, this is how it would be, because that's exactly what the Democrats do. Love to have literal feudalism. Prince Charles has collected £1 million from people in Cornwall who died without leaving a will. When people die without one or surviving relatives, the property of their estate passes the Duke of Cornwall under the rules relating to the duchy. I don't want to ever hear from the English on how Americans are cucked ever again when you have a literal monarchy, dude.
Oi, bro.
It's so cucked. Go abolish the monarchy and then come back. It's kind of like a race to the bottom. Like when you consider like who's more cucked. Is it the American laborer who advocates for his own demise by claiming that free healthcare and labor protections are actually communism? Or the British worker who still believes that the monarchy is incredibly important and needs to be preserved? Okay, to be fair, people are saying I'd take the monarchy if I had the NHS. I kind of agree with that too. The irony of chanting "my body, my choice." These people get frustrated and say "my body, my choice" when it comes to wearing a fucking mask. Going forward, if you come at me and you tell me that you don't want to wear a mask because it's a violation of your bodily autonomy, you need to show me your dick. I need to see your dick right away. I'm gonna be like, take your pants down and show me your cock. It is a violation of your bodily autonomy that you're covering your body and especially your fucking penis. It is so dumb. It is so stupid. It's so dumb. I don't want to hear it. People are making like fake cards claiming that it gives them an exemption from like wearing a mask. There is not like, as far as I know, even with people with breathing problems, there is not a significant hurdle, so much so that it restricts your breathing to a degree where you like literally can't wear a mask. It's so weird that they consider wearing a mask a violation of your bodily autonomy for public health measures, but women should be forced to carry pregnancy is the term. It's psychotic. The WHO recommends people with breathing problems not wear them. Yeah, the WHO are a bunch of fucking Eurocucks, okay? I don't give a shit what the WHO says. This is America, damn it! We're gonna do it the way Americans need to do it. I don't give a about WHO Megalol. Defund WHO Megalol. That's how I feel about the WHO, okay? WHO, if you have breathing problems, you should definitely wear a mask because you're gonna get killed if you get coronavirus. And restricting the spread of coronavirus you should be the biggest champion of making sure that everyone wears a mask. Texas governor has imposed a mandatory face mask requirement. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate to report this, but Texas is down, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, Texas is down. Texas down. We will honor the brave, the liberty lovers of Texas in our memories. Folks, they got them. Texas is now overtaken by the libtard disease known as listening to healthcare officials and epidemiologists. I don't even know how to say that word. Is that even a real thing? What is science if not just a bunch of confusing numbers? Lone Star down, folks. Is exactly like Juneteenth, a holiday where they restricted Texans' liberties to own. Let's not get into that. It restrict Texans' liberties for heritage. You know, that holiday. Texas is now officially a communist utopia, and I hate it. What's next? Free healthcare? Oh, Bobby! I'm gonna tell you something. Oh, Bobby! You will not make me wear a mask, oh, Bobby! You will not stop me from getting coronavirus. I will lick telephone poles, Obabe. I will do it. I will spread coronavirus as best as I can. Because it's fake. It's fake. Anyway, yeah, Texas is down, folks. They have to now wear mandatory face masks. Welcome to the club, says Andrew Kaczynski, K-File. I love that. Zerlita Maxwell. I am not related to this Maxwell lady. I flinch every time they say her last name. Paul Ryan, other Paul Ryan, I feel for you. Tom Cotton 6, I understand your frustration. Oh my God. All right, let's talk about Ghislaine. Now, who is Ghislaine Maxwell? Well, she is the second in command, allegedly, of Jeffrey Epstein. Who was Jeffrey Epstein, the billionaire sex trafficking ring person who was suicided. Multiple federal law enforcement officials say, depending on what the judge overseeing today's detention and removal hearing in the Bureau of Prisons determined, Ghislaine Maxwell could be housed at the MCC in New York, the same jail where Jeffrey Epstein allegedly killed himself. This broadcast is brought to you by Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. Where Clinton breaking into Ghislaine Maxwell's cell tonight. She was basically his connection to the elite. Ghislaine Maxwell is the daughter of a famous intelligence community member who is also connected to a whole bunch of people. She was his madam, pretty much. Isn't this a conspiracy theory? Absolutely not. None of the stuff that I'm mentioning, with the exception of whether or not Jeffrey Epstein killed himself or not. None of that is conspiracy theory. Every single thing that I mentioned surrounding Jeffrey Epstein's death is well documented.
Today we announced charges against Ghislaine Maxwell for helping Jeffrey Epstein sexually exploit and abuse multiple minor girls. Maxwell had a personal and professional relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Maxwell was among Epstein's closest associates. And
now, most importantly, Ghislaine Maxwell was gone. Like, no one knew where the hell she was. There was a brief moment where someone threw out a feeler about where she might be, and we just had no idea where she was. And people were saying that she was probably already like in concrete somewhere in Abu Dhabi or something. Turns out she's alive. I am shocked that she is, but the fact that she's alive and now apprehended by the authorities leads me to believe that we will not get answers.
Helped him exploit girls who were as young as 14 years old. Maxwell played a critical role in helping Epstein to identify, befriend, and groom minor victims for abuse. In some cases, Maxwell participated in the abuse herself. In addition to allegedly enabling and participating in the sexual abuse of young victims, Maxwell compounded her crimes by repeatedly lying in 2016 when she was questioned under oath. And we have charged those lies in 2 perjury counts. To anyone who is watching or hears about this prosecution, if you believe you are a victim of Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell, or anyone else who helped them, regardless of when it occurred, or have information about the conduct alleged in the indictment unsealed today, please let us know. You can reach the FBI and have access to victim and witness services by calling us at 1-800-CALL-FBI. I'm not going to comment on anyone's status in this investigation, but I will say that we would welcome Prince Andrew coming in to talk with us. We would like to have the benefit of his statement.
Front and center at the Clinton
this
wedding.
sometimes
Chelsea
happens
Clinton's
where there are perjury charges, and people can go on from there and become cooperative.
Not only did she work with the Clinton Foundation, her charity for the oceans was a foundational part of the Clinton charities that they separated, I believe, a couple years ago. But beyond that, she was literally someone said not front and center. That's an aisle seat, brother. You think they don't coordinate these? You think they give just about anybody an aisle seat so they can pop their head in a photo like this? Explain this. U.S. versus Poo-Poo Piker. Okay, shut up. Why do you think they didn't kill her too, like Epstein, like wipe her from Earth?
You love your father.
I don't know. I don't know. The Queen has announced the miracle. Prince Andrew's sweat glands have suddenly began working after 8 years of failing. Funnily enough, They came to life at 8:30 a.m. EST time. Weird. This New York socialite said, I'm disturbed that SDNY is chasing down female co-conspirators, but it hasn't made any arrests of the men accused of rape of minors yet. Isn't that the real point? That's her. With Ghislaine Maxwell. She's the president, flag, luxury, hotelier, Ritz-Carlton, South Beach. Friends of New Yorkers for Children. What? Shelf life of internet traditions is like a month now. Oh, dude. Yeah. Do you guys remember when Nancy Pelosi's daughter, Christine Pelosi, posted this? This Epstein case is horrific and the young women deserve justice. It is quite likely that some of our faves are implicated, but we must follow the facts and let the chips fall where they may, whether on Republicans or Democrats. Hashtag we said enough. Hashtag me too. What the f? Some of our faves might be implicated. No, not Bernie. Nancy Pelosi's daughter, Christine Pelosi, is not like, oh, I'm such a... Bernie is my problematic fave. Like, don't be psychotic. Here is Ghislaine Maxwell with ex-Goldman Sachs CEO Lloyd Blankfein. Here is Ghislaine Maxwell again with Elon Musk. Ghislaine Maxwell was very much a important part of the American socialites, the American social elite. That was literally Jeffrey Epstein's point of contact into their this world, this circle, pretty much. So she is incredibly important.
You don't love
in how Jeffrey Epstein operated.
Your father, the devil.
Why do you think Pizzagate was debunked? Have you looked at the information yourself? It was never debunked, the same as it was never proven. Man, shut the f up, dude. Shut up. Shut up. You're an idiot. I know that, like, oh god, TikTok Zoomers are so brain dead. Yeah, dude. This the pedophile sex dungeon was not being run out of a pizza parlor in DC. Are you guys so stupid? Like, how can you come so close to a truth and then just completely lose it? Like, this happens. I'm not even saying that it doesn't happen, but to assume that it happens, to assume that it happens out of a random, like, LGBT-friendly pizza parlor is completely psychotic. Here is my five-head conspiracy take on this. I think that people like Alex Jones and QAnon conspirators, conspiracy theorists, are created by the same intelligence community as a way to distract you from the real conspiracies. They are controlled opposition. They are PSYOP. To make it seem like all conspiracies are just completely psychotic,
you love your
completely crazy. Because while Alex Jones very famously was correct on mass government surveillance, the reason why people did not take him seriously was because he then would talk about psychic pedophile vampires and a number of different psychotic conspiracies that completely made everything he said look ridiculous.
He knows too much. Shut him down.